Hi everyone and welcome back to the Bolton Fan TV podcast. Me and Tyler are back again, still going strong with the one episode a week. I don't know, should we maybe up it to two? I don't know, it depends. But yeah, we're back today. As I'm sure all of you are aware, game yesterday was a madness, to say the least. Very crazy. There's a lot to talk about today, and it is mainly just about the Mansfield game. I know we usually do like debates on this and that, but I mean, there will still be debates, but I don't know. It's going to be heavily focused on the Mansfield game just because, I don't know, there is a lot of controversy coming out of this game, and I don't really know why. But
yeah, I know.
Yeah, we'll get on to that. But first, I want to introduce a new segment. I've not got a name for it, but we're basically going to be quizzing Tyler. As you've heard me say on the podcast multiple times, he's just an encyclopedia of random facts, okay? But obviously, we are a Bolton fan channel, you know, with Bolton Fan TV. It's literally in the name. I've got a couple of questions here. I won't ask him too many, but yeah. So this is going to be a test of Tyler. I'm going to try and do it every episode. So, yeah, obviously he can't revise this. I haven't told him what the question is. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something to add to the podcast. I think we'll start off with one, see how he goes on. I think he may know this one, but I don't know. All right, are you ready? That is the question.
Born ready.
All right. So, Bolton Wanderers, they're obviously called Bolton Wanderers. But when they were first founded, what were they called? By the way, if you don't know for whatever reason, we were founded in 1874. So Tyler obviously was not alive. I was not alive. I only know this because of something I did in school once, but yeah. For anyone that is listening on Spotify or any of the podcast platforms, Tyler's got his head in his hands right now, and he looks very confused.
Yeah, very confused. Oh.
I mean, I think this is multiple choice, so I can give you the options if you want.
Yeah.
I feel like you're going to know it, though, now, as soon as you hear it, but... Option A. Were we called Little Lever FC? B. Christchurch FC? C. Burnden Village FC? Or D. East Lancashire Wanderers FC?
I'm going to go East Lancashire Wanderers FC.
Well, he's failed the first week. We were actually called Christchurch FC. So, yeah, the only reason I know that, one, because the answer's in front of me, but two, I actually knew that anyway because we had to do, in English in year 10, I think it was, we had to do like an assignment and research, and I chose to do it on Bolton Wanderers, and you had to give a speech. So, yeah, that's the only reason I know that. But, yeah, we're going to try and do that every week. Hopefully next week's better. Maybe do some research on things. I don't know. But yeah, let's get on to the main topic of discussion, which is the Mansfield game. Obviously, you know, he's been called off twice. We finally got it on the third time. I mean, just to recap, earlier on in the season as well, we did draw with them 1-1. And I'll be honest, we probably should have drawn this one. I can't lie. But
I don't think so.
Me and Tyler disagreed for once. Oh, God. But yeah, first of all, what are your overall thoughts on our performance?
Exceptional performance. The fighting desire we had to come back from 2 goals down, to come back 3-2 in the last 10, 11 minutes was absolutely exceptional. The lads on that pitch were fighting for that badge, fighting for the club, fighting for what they play for and why they should be on that pitch.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, as Tyler just said, we were amazing. You know, there may have been times where we probably could have been better, but I mean, nothing's perfect. So, you know, there's always things to improve on. Um, could argue we did get a little bit lucky given the own goal, but you know, it is what it is. It's football. It's still 3 points. We take it. Yeah, I mean, first of all, let's talk about the man that is on fire right now. Well, we may be thinking of different people. Declan John.
I'm thinking of someone else.
Yeah, I will get on to that person. Obviously, they're both on fire. But Declan John, he's really coming into his own right now. You know, he got us the win last game, you know, with a banging goal, and he's gone and done it again yesterday. So
I thought we were going to go for a cross. I thought it was meant to be a cross.
I thought it was a cross, if I'm completely honest.
How did that go in?
I don't know, but I mean, Declan John, honestly, he was amazing yesterday. You know, he gets the goal to put us, you know, back in the game. He then forces the own goal to then get us level in the game. I mean,
and then sends a ball to Doyle to assist Arthur.
Yeah, like honestly, Declan John, amazing player. Like already, he's an amazing player. It's taken him a while to settle in and you know get hit his stride, but it's happened and it is benefiting us. And obviously, we can't really ask for more from him, really. And obviously, the other man that is on form, as Tyler just mentioned there, Arthur, still can't say his name, but yeah, Arthur.
I know how to pronounce it now. I heard the commentators.
No, I won't trust the commentators. Christ.
Jinahua, apparently saying. Jinahua.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But anyway, I'm just going to keep calling him Arthur just because it's easier.
Yeah.
So,
King Arthur.
He literally lives down the road. If you don't know what I'm talking to, because Tyler does look a little bit puzzled, I can't lie. But
yeah, I do.
Basically, in his interview when he first signed for the club, he said that one of the reasons he signed for us was because he lives down the road. So that's now a bit of a meme. But I mean, honestly, Arthur has been immense, you know? Whether he's coming off the bench or whether he's starting, he's influencing the game and he's winning us games. He's an amazing man, isn't he? Jesus. I mean, he can come off the bench, bag us a goal, get us into a game, and then completely flip the game on its head. It's mental. I mean, obviously, I think I know the answer to this, but do you think Arthur's a very good signing for us?
Yeah, 100% baller signing for us. Soon, either, like you said, as soon as he comes off onto that pitch, game changes. Him and Doyle, maybe, depending on who brings him on for, them two up front, or whoever's up front with him or whatever position he is, he makes passes and makes movement quick, like flash. The game just goes, oh yeah, we're losing, next minute, boom, game changed.
Yeah. Also as well, I think we did change our shape yesterday.
Yeah.
Obviously, we played only Doyle up front, which I think is a very good
4-2-3-1 we played.
Yeah. And obviously, I think Athlan started on the left, I believe.
Athlan was on the right, Madison in the middle, and Isrob on the left.
I mean, I think we need to play that formation a lot more. Okay, realistically, we probably should have either lost the game or drawn the game if you look at it. But, I mean, I am not going to complain. We've shot up to 11th, so I'm happy.
Hopefully we're outside.
I reckon we will, because, I mean, realistically, if we can... We've got Southend, right?
We've got Southend and Scunthorpe.
So, Saturday, Scunthorpe...
Southend.
Southend, that's the one. Southend, I mean, if we can beat them last season, surely we can beat them this season.
And if we can batter them at the start of the season.
Surely. Yeah, back to Mansfield game. Yeah, I mean, game changed as soon as that own goal went in. And you know, I saw somebody put on Instagram or Twitter, one of them. You know, if that game had been last season, our heads would have dropped straight away, and we would not have got back into that game. But it just shows the quality of these players. You know, players like Maddison, players like Arthur, like Doyle, you know, like Declan John. They're willing to fight. And as Tyler said earlier, they fought for the badge last night. You know, Declan John with the amazing ball to pick out Doyle, and then Doyle to pick out Arthur, and then banged it in top right. I mean, jeez.
Even the keeper was stunned.
Yeah, I mean, the keeper had no chance, realistically. I know we sound like FIFA commentators right now, but keeper had no chance. Which leads me on to the main talking point is Mansfield's manager had some very interesting comments. I'm not going to quote him because you haven't heard about it. Oh, you're in for a shock, lad. In fact, let me try and find it because I do actually want to quote him. If I can find it. Obviously, this is when they did the post-match interviews and stuff like that, so it is probably primarily in video form. But let me have a look. Mansfield Town. Right, he's offered his thoughts. Right, let's go. Let's see. Where is it? Right. So now I'm directly quoting what is on Mansfield's website, but I mean, it was from Twitter. So yeah, we can't legislate for them with 10 or 15 minutes to go, putting a cross in that's flown in the top corner. Then all of a sudden, their tails are up and they have a lifeline they didn't deserve. First of all, we definitely did deserve it because your player scored an own goal. Get over it.
Yeah.
It happened.
What do you mean we didn't deserve it?
More to come because I think there's one thing that may annoy you a lot more. Then all of a sudden, I read that. You can't control those things. All we can do is control our performance. And there were a lot of things that were very, very good tonight, which I'm not disputing. Mansfield. Fair enough. Good performance. You look like you were going to beat us. Guess what? You bottled it. But having got to 2-2 then, it's important we don't lose the game. That's the most important thing. We were so close to winning it with Jamie Reid. Then all of a sudden, they break up the other end. It's a good ball, and the lad puts one in from 20 yards out. That's the only disappointing thing. To lose the game from that position, we shouldn't have lost tonight. I thought we got back into the groove tonight after the break. And that's the ironic thing, as we've had 2 good points on the road, and it's probably the best we've played tonight. Which, but I mean, it is what it is. Probably the best we played tonight since the break due to postponements, but we end up losing the game. We had a nice rhythm in our play. I'll be honest, I'm trying to look for the part that's going to annoy everyone if you haven't seen it, but it's just not here yet. Where we look at the performance and the results, and they are 2 different things for us. I mean, okay. But 2 different goals, although it might look a touch fortunate with the first one. He's hit it with such ferocity that if it goes a yard either side of the keeper, he's got no chance anywhere. He's on about the first goal, which I agree with him.
Then.
I agree with him, if I'm honest. You know, like, because if you look where Jilks is, I do agree. If it goes an inch to his right, then it's going in anyway. But I mean, yeah. Second goal was a lovely move, and it was quite similar to a few of the moves that we had tonight. It ended with a lovely finish from Jamie Reid, and it should have been enough to win us the game. I'll admit, nothing too bad is jumping out, besides him saying that, you know, we probably didn't deserve it. I'll be honest, I kind of agree with him. But I don't think we deserved all 3 points. I can't lie. Like, if that own goal doesn't go in, I don't think we'll win that. But it is what it is. It's an even bigger test against Cambridge, as if you go into that game on a win after 2 days of rest, it's a different feeling. Is it not even on this? It's not on there because I think they've realised that he's probably made a stupid comment. But basically, in that interview, he also goes on to say, I'm not quite sure which goal he's talking about, but he calls one of our goals a fluke. Now,
I think I know which one he's talking about.
I think it might be Arthur's goal. I'm not going to lie.
John's. I think it's John's.
I don't know, because I did watch his interview last night, but I was getting very annoyed at it. I can't lie. But I think he was talking about Arthur's goal, just on the fact that, just on the whole move in general, and he's calling it lucky. I mean, just get in the bin. Quite literally.
Get a grip.
Find a bin. Sit in it. It's not.
Get a grip. If your team loses, they lose. Don't go sweat the other team.
The thing is, right, he just comes off as a sore loser at that point. Because if he's calling that lucky, then, but then it'd be different if one of his players had scored that. He'd be saying, oh, yeah, it was amazing quality, what a finish, all this and that. Just because your team's bottled it doesn't mean we didn't deserve it. I'll admit, I have said I don't think we should have got all 3 points. I think we were probably lucky in the sense that own goal went in. But at the end of the day, that's football. So we ended up with the 3 points. Like I said, I'm not going to complain about it. I'll happily take the 3 points and sit in 11th. It's closer to playoffs. So there is his comments. A lot of Bolton fans are just saying that he sounds rattled and, salty and all this. I agree. Because at the end of the day, Everett has praised... he's called Nigel, right? Nigel Clough, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everett's praised him openly and said that he's a very good manager. And then for Nigel to then turn around at night and after the game and be like, oh, it was lucky, he didn't deserve it, all this and that. You could at least turn around and say, oh, you know what, fair play for capitalising on our mistakes, which he didn't.
Or he should have went, right, fair play, good comeback.
Yeah.
And then right, fair play, and be nice to us and not just slate us behind Everett's back.
Exactly. But yeah, that's the only real controversy that's come out of this, is that, did we deserve it? Again, I think probably not, but it is what it is. We got the 3 points, and it gets us one step closer to that ultimate goal of promotion. So no Bolton fan's going to complain about it, and it's about time we got something positive out of something we probably didn't deserve, realistically. Because, the amount of times this season we've been done over by referees, I think we finally deserve something like this. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, again, overall performance was very good. Amazing. Doyle as well on that final goal, can I just say? I've not seen Doyle get enough credit. The way he attacks that ball, and he's pressing from the front again, which is what we need. And for him to actually make it to that ball and then pick out Arthur, amazing. Obviously, Doyle didn't get a goal, but, if he's assisting, he's helping the team.
He almost deserved one, though, in the first half.
I think it's also a matter of time before...
When he hit the post.
It's also a matter of time before Madison gets on the score sheet, I think.
I think it's time for Afwan as well.
It's coming. It is coming.
Too.
Yeah, hopefully this is now, what have we got? We've got 2 wins on the trot now, right?
We're on a 4-game undefeated streak.
Yeah. So we've got 2 wins in a row. We're looking good. We
beat Leyton Orient 2-0, drew with Morecambe 1-0, beat Stevenage 1-0, and then we beat Mansfield 3-2.
We're doing well.
11 points off the top. I calculated it last night.
11 points off the top. Oh, yeah, that's not even impossible, The dream is still
on. 7 off 7th.
I mean,
7 points off 7th place.
I mean, me and Tyler have obviously said, when we started to kind of, start of the season / midway through the first half of the season, we did kind of switch our overall predictions of where we'd finish.
Yeah.
Me and Tyler both predicted, that we'd finish in the top 3. And obviously, I don't know if that's going to happen now. It's still possible. But
fingers crossed with the way we're going now.
You never know. It could happen, but realistically, I think I've settled that the most we're going to get is playoffs, which I kind of don't want, because playoffs is going to be a lot more stressful and a lot more on the line.
Yeah, it's going to be It's going to be like what happened with England in World Cup. Just sat there like, please.
It's going to be like watching England on blooming penalties. That's what it's going to be like. But if we get playoffs, at least we still have a chance of promotion then. I think as well, with the quality we've got, we could definitely win the playoffs. I'm not saying easily, but we can definitely have a chance, like a very strong chance. Also as well, big updates injuries-wise. I don't know if you know this, but
Pulisic.
Yeah. Sars is back at some point in the next 2 weeks, I think, or maybe next week, one of them. Pulisic is back on the grass. Big news. Now, obviously, I've seen a lot of people get excited, and I understand why, but we can't expect him to come back this season because, what was it? It was an ACL injury, right? I think it was something to do with his ACL, I believe.
Yeah.
And that is a big injury. So I still don't expect to see him on the pitch this season, if I'm honest. Just because he's back in training, he's kicked the ball. Obviously, he put out a teaser like a few months ago, didn't he? And he was like...
I've seen a post of his on like Friday or something with him in like football boots and Bolton socks. I'm like, please say you're coming back.
But again, don't get your hopes up because I don't think we'll see him back on the pitch this season.
Even if he's on the bench,
he might recover. You never know. But realistically, would it then be a good move to chuck him in at the deep end? Probably not. One, because he could get injured again, or two, he might not even fit into the squad yet. We don't know. Like we can't just chuck him in towards the end of the season when it's the most crucial. Like he's going to need that time between when the season ends to when the season starts again. He's going to need that time period to adjust, get to know. Obviously, he's probably getting to know all the players and stuff, but he needs time to kind of resettle in because obviously, pretty much everything's changed since last season. In fact, I'm pretty sure like everything has changed.
Yeah, everything else.
Literally everything's changed. I was going to say, is there even a player that we had last season that's still with us? I don't think there is. Obviously, Crawford's technically still with us, but he's out on loan. I genuinely don't think... Okay, Brockbank. Brockbank might be the only one. Yeah, but like, I'm talking
Pulisic.
like starters. Pulisic is obviously, but actual... In terms of like starters for the main team, there isn't. Besides Brockbank and obviously Pulisic. Obviously, there is Adam Senior and stuff like that, but they're not regular players in the first team. So they definitely can be at some point, for sure. Ronan Darcy, a hell of a player. And Adam Senior as well. He's a very solid player. I think it's only a matter of time before they do start contesting for spots. But I don't think that's anytime soon. Another thing I've seen people talking about is the whole goalkeeper situation again. I know we've kind of resolved it, but obviously Krellin is still at the club. We did bring in Jensen from Burnley on deadline day. Jensen's yet to start, and this is annoying a lot of people. Obviously, I understand why people are getting annoyed. It's like, oh, well, we've signed him to replace Gilks, so Gilks can go back to coaching. But realistically, even when Jensen starts to play, I think Gilks is still going to be the backup keeper.
Yeah.
I don't see it being Krellin.
100%.
At all.
100%.
Krellin's going to be our third choice. You never know. Everett has surprised us this season on multiple occasions, whether it be good,
transfer-wise,
whether it be bad.
Anything.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think he's making sure that Jensen's ready. Now, me and Tyler had a conversation like yesterday. No, it wasn't yesterday. It was a couple of days ago. And I brought up the point of, obviously, I think Everett at some point has said that he wants to make sure they're all settled in. But obviously, a lot of people were then like, okay, but then why is Williams gone straight into the squad? And why is Maddison gone straight into the squad? Maddison is a no-brainer. if he's not going straight into that starting 11, what's the point? The quality of Maddison, he should be in that starting lineup all the time. Now with Williams, I've seen some criticism of Williams. I don't think he did that badly yesterday. I think he coped pretty well.
I think it's just because of the red card getting to him. I think that's why it was.
It would have knocked his confidence for sure. But yeah. Yeah, I brought up the point when me and Tyler were talking the other day, and I'll be honest, I've forgotten what the point was. It's completely gone out of my head now. I had it a minute ago, and I don't remember. What were we even talking about? My head's rambled. Rambled?
It was something about referees and red cards. It was something about
I don't know. But, I don't know. I had a really good point, and I've completely forgotten what we were talking about. But anyway, yeah. Let's just... Again, I've lost where I am now. I'm not going to lie. My head's gone. But, yeah, I mean, upcoming game, as we mentioned earlier, Southend, should be realistically an easy game. But, again, we haven't done it easy this season. I'm pretty sure we said the same thing about Barrow, and that ended up being a 3-3 draw. So,
yeah.
Interesting thing to talk about as well, actually, is that... Oh, I've just remembered. We were talking about Jensen. Right. I apologise. I mean, you should know by now if you're a regular listener or watcher. This podcast isn't planned out or anything. We need to start making sure it is, so it's not all over the place. But, yeah, back to Jensen. Right. Yeah, obviously we brought Jensen in. He's not playing. People are a bit annoyed. Everett did say that he wants he wants the new signings to settle in. And with Jensen, if you've seen the latest episode of Inside Lostock, which anyone that's not a Bolton fan, it's basically just a training session. They were training at the Uni Bowl. I think that's just more convenient for Maddison then, realistically, as he is living in the hotel right now. But yeah, that my whole point was, if you watch that, they do show like the keepers training and stuff. Jilk's still training. Jilks holds the ball really well. In the drills, he's making good saves. He's holding the ball. Jensen's doing the same. He's catching the ball. He's holding it. Krellin still spilling it. That's the main thing I took away from that. Krellin, I mean, we've said it on the podcast before. Krellin, he just forgets the basics. You don't have to be a semi-professional goalkeeper to know what the basics of goalkeeping are. If there's an opportunity where you can catch the ball, you catch the ball and you hold it. Again, the game that springs to mind is when, again, I don't remember what team it is, but we've mentioned it before, where Krellin literally drops every single ball, or he parries
Colchester.
it. Colchester, that's the one. And he parries it to the striker every single time, and that's why we lost. So, yeah, he's still doing that, which is massive, massive, massive concern, because realistically, he's not played a game for a few months. He's still been in training. So, to me, he doesn't look like he's changed anything at all. He doesn't look like he's improved, but he also doesn't look like he's got any worse. So, he doesn't really look like he's developing at all. I don't know. Obviously, you haven't seen it, have you?
No.
But, yeah, I don't know. If you haven't seen it, I recommend do go watching it, just because, it'll help you understand more what I'm talking about. But, I don't know. It's a bit weird. Like, if you've got Jilks there who's playing, as well as trying to coach, and he's still doing better than you, I think that should set off Krellin's head and be like, you know what, I should probably start trying a bit harder, trying to improve. I'm not saying he's not trying, but I'm just saying, he's not reaching his potential. When we brought him in, Bolton fans were praising him, saying that, he's a decent keeper, he's young, he can only go up. Realistically, he hasn't gone anywhere other than, kind of flat. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I think at some point he will start to improve for sure, but that's not happening right now. I also don't know what's happening. I don't know if we are going to send him back or what, but
Don't know.
I think what might happen is at the end of the season, obviously, but then again, Jensen's only on loan as well. So I don't know. I mean, we're going to have to buy our loan keepers again next season anyway, because Jilks is the other one that's got permanent contract with us, but his is more of a manager, more of a coach role. So it's going to be interesting because I don't know. I feel like Bolton always find themselves in this position. We always loan players. Obviously, I know because we have to because we don't have money really. So I know we kind of have to, but we always do it, and then we almost screw ourselves over for the next season because if we aren't, obviously the main difference between last season and this season is that Everett has managed to get people on permanent deals. Like Kieran Lee, we don't have to worry about that for ages right now. Doyle, I reckon, will re-sign with us. If I don't know how long Doyle's contract is, but if it ends, I don't see it being a short-term one. So I think we've got him for until at least halfway through next season, for sure. I think D'Alfonso might be the same. Sass, I would hope, is the same. But I don't know. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see. We can't predict anything like this. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't know. I think we just end up in this situation where we almost screw ourselves over by, because having 3 goalkeepers and only one of them on a permanent contract is a little bit worrying. Because that means that then next season we have to then go on the search for another one, either buy them for a free transfer or loan them in again. Which, again, they're going to need time to settle in, which is fine if they're here permanently, but if they're on a loan, it's a relatively short period of time. So, I don't know. Obviously, again, I understand that we kind of have to do that in certain situations, but I don't know. I just do feel like we shoot ourselves in the foot a lot of the times when it comes to that. Again, this season and next season, we should be kind of okay as long as we keep the players we've got. As I mentioned a few there, Doyle, D'Alfonso, Arthur for damn sure. Declan John, yeah. I'd like to see that become permanent, but I don't know if he will.
I'd like him to activate that. Try and worm his way into it.
Or Maddison as well, if I'm honest.
I'd take them both.
Yeah, I mean, again, it goes back to deadline day. There were reports that the Maddison deal had an option for us to buy him.
There was something with Johns as well, apparently. Yeah, there was something with Johns.
But that was never really confirmed. It was kind of rumoured. And then, when Bolton announced him, they never mentioned that it was loan to buy. At least not that I've seen anyway. If you've seen something different, then do let me know. But yeah, because I saw on Twitter on deadline day that, there was a deal to make it permanent, but I don't know. That was never confirmed or denied, really. So you never know. We might do. We might just keep it on the lowdown, and then, when it's coming to the end, just be like, oh, by the way, permanent contract, which I would love. That would be amazing. But yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Another big thing that's happened just in general football. I've forgotten the referee's name, but there was an incident the other day in a game.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, the referee squared up to some guy called Judge. I've forgotten what team he plays for, but that's a big incident. Obviously, we've already done a podcast on referees, and it's just, I don't know, referees. It's weird because this story kind of goes against everything me and Tyler said. Like, we were saying that referees don't have the confidence to upset players and stuff like that, and then this happens. This guy's gone the complete opposite, and he's like,
as well.
Yeah, and he's like, to square up to a player and have to be separated away from the player. One, you're not doing your job. because you're supposed to be down the middle and you're supposed to be, you know, the calm one. You're the one supposed to be breaking up the blooming fights and whatever, if they happen, or the arguments, not blooming getting involved in them. But I don't know. I've not looked enough into the situation to, you know, kind of depict what happened. I've just seen it in headlines, but I think he has been suspended until he releases a response. If not, then I think he will be permanently sacked. I mean, that is
All
what
I've
sacked
heard
means.
is apparently the judge just said something about the ref, but apparently the ref heard it more clearly, and then he walked away and said something, and that's what sparked it, apparently.
See, but then even that, it's just like, okay, if he says something about the referee, depending on what it was, you just either book him or send him off. It's not hard. Like he doesn't then need to go and square up to him. Like there's just no need, because now he's potentially lost his job. Yeah, like if he's lost his job, especially during COVID, you know, I'm assuming this guy's got a family and stuff. He's messed up big time. You know, I don't know. I don't think he's released a response yet. I think he's got a deadline. If not, then he's just going to be shown the door pretty much. But yeah, I don't know. It was crazy because you never really see, or at least in like the bigger leagues, you never really see referees, you know, fight back, if you will. You see it every now and again, like there's clips on YouTube and like Sunday League and stuff, but never in professional football do you see it really. I don't know. It shocked me a little bit because just the timing of it was weird. How me and Tyler did that whole podcast on the referee from the Tranmere game, and then pretty much like 2 weeks later, there's then an incident with the referee that's gone the complete opposite of what we said. Because I mean, that referee was not afraid to upset that player, realistically. But I don't know. It is what it is. It's happened. We don't really know much about it. Like I said, I haven't looked into it, so I don't know a lot. I just know that it happened. But yeah, as far as this weekend's game goes, how do you see this game going? I know we've kind of already touched on it, but
I think we are going to batter them. Just saying, we are going to batter them.
I think I said that the first time we played them, and then wait, what score was it last time? Was it like 2-0, 3-0?
3-0.
3-0. I think I said we'd turn up and batter them 5-0. I'll be honest, I don't remember. I don't know, but that's the thing. Like a team like Southend, you know. Again, we've said this on the podcast before. Last season, we were better than them. You know, the only thing that made us technically worse than them was our points because we were on minus 12. Yeah. That was the only thing, or else we would have been above them. And this season, you know, we are above them, which, you know, we've definitely got the better players, for sure. Again, if we can beat them last season and earlier on in this season, we could definitely beat them again, for sure. But like I said, you never know. Because obviously last season, it was a bit more of a tough game, wasn't it? It was 3-2, I believe.
Yeah.
And, you know, that annoyed a lot of Bolton fans, me included. Which, by the way, I am actually repping the last season's top. I have just remembered. But yeah, I don't know. It kind of shook us all last season, didn't it? Like the fact that, you know, statistically we were better than them last season, but we struggled to beat them. Because realistically, we did struggle. You know, a scoreline like 3-2, regardless of what happened in the game, we struggled. But obviously, we did better than that this season, beat them 3-0. I think it just depends on the day. You know, Obviously, we've got momentum now. Coming off a pretty decent run, you know, draws and wins. We're undefeated for now. And then, you know, we could turn up on that day and batter them 5-0. But realistically, we haven't been the most clinical side. So I'm thinking, I reckon it'll be 3-0 again, if I'm honest. which I know I just said we're not clinical enough, but I mean, I still think we'll manage to get 3, just because I think we will absolutely dominate them. But again, you never know. Me and Tyler have said this numerous times. Football's unpredictable this season.
Yeah.
So,
Very unpredictable.
We could turn up and get battered. We don't know. I mean, it's hard to believe, but it could happen. So I don't know. Again, we'll just have to wait and see. What do you reckon? Who do you reckon's scoring?
I'm going to go 4-0.
4-0, Jesus.
With John, again, Arthur, Madison, and Afroyan.
Damn. All of them getting goals.
I think it's time.
I reckon Doyle will get one for sure. Arthur will get one, and sack it. Madison will get one as well. Why not? I think against a team like Southend, he should at least get an assist. At least.
Yeah, because he has got a bit of hatred towards Southend because he used to play for Peterborough and that.
I forgot about that. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's everything. Have you got anything to talk about? Or I think that's all that's really happened.
We're forgetting something.
Probably, no one knows. Yeah, we're also doing this on a Thursday instead. We're doing it a day early. I don't really know why. There's not really a real reason, but I don't know. It's a bit more up to date on today because we played yesterday.
Yeah, you said you've got another question, haven't you? You've got some questions written down.
I haven't written anything down, lad. That was for the trivia thing, but I mean, you can do more of that if you want.
Might as well start with one and then end with one.
Right. Let's go on. Right. I'll ask you that one. Right.
Oh.
I mean, okay, this one's an easy one. If you don't get this,
oh God,
there's something's not right. Right?
Oh God.
Everyone's going to be screaming at their monitors, phones, whatever you're listening or watching this on. Who is Bolton's all-time top goal scorer?
Nat Loftus.
Right, good boy. Right. I mean, told you, that was an easy one. If you don't know that and you're a Bolton fan, I don't know if you're a Bolton fan.
Yeah, I was there.
Right. Oh, this is an interesting one. I don't even know this, but obviously it's a multiple choice question, so I can just click and find out. When did Bolton move to the Reebok Stadium? Obviously now known as the Uniball, otherwise known as the Macron.
Oh, you're joking. I think I know this as well.
No, his camera's gone. No, it's back.
I think I know this as well.
See, I don't have a clue. Remember, it's multiple choice, so if you want me to give you the multiple choice, then let me know.
Yeah, because I've got 2 dates in my head.
All right. A, 1995. B, 1996. C, 1997. Or D, 1998. That's not helped you at all, has it?
It has.
Again, as we started the podcast, he's now got his head in his hands and he's very confused.
No, it's between 96 and 98.
Pick one. He's deep in thought right now, if you are listening on Spotify. And obviously, if you watch it on YouTube, you can see him struggle right now. Which, by the way...
I've got 98. I've got 98.
1998. Well, that doesn't tell me it's right or wrong. I don't think I've got to do all of them to blooming find out. Sack it. I'm just going to go through, spam answers, and then I'll let you know. Right, so that one's that. That one, sure. That one. And then that one. And then that one. And then... I don't know, there's like 10 questions on here, and I didn't know you had to answer them all for you to find out the answer.
People just sat there like, what's he doing?
Right. Submit answers. Right. I've now got the right answers. Right. Where are we?
It was 1997, wasn't it?
Yep.
Damn it.
Yeah. Right.
Oh,
We'll carry on with this. Why not? We may as well finish off the questions now that I've got all the answers. I feel like you may know this one. How many times have Bolton won the FA Cup?
I think I know it.
Again, let me know if you want the options.
Yeah. Say the options.
A, once. B, twice. C, 3 times. Or D, 4 times.
I've watched something on it, so I'm going to say 4.
You are right. He's got one right. Come on.
2. Got 2.
You've not had any of them right. Oh no, yeah, the last
Close.
one. Yeah.
Good guy.
Ooh, this is an interesting one. Now, I don't know anything about this. I'll be honest. I've not heard of the guy. I can't lie.
Oh, great.
How much did non-league Marine FC receive from Bolton when they signed Jason McAteer? I don't know
Jason
who that is.
McAteer. I've met him, so I'm not bragging about that.
He was a flex. A, 1 million. Obviously, £1 million. Just yeah. B, £500,000. C, £5,000. Or D, £500. You might not get this one. I'll be honest.
I'm going to go 500,000.
Take off the thousands. You've got it.
500 quid.
500 quid.
What?
It just is a Bolton transfer, that, isn't it, really?
500 quid.
Still more than what Taft went for, so, you know.
You're still annoyed with that.
I mean, yeah. I'm not annoyed about it, but, you know. All right. Bolton have been runners-up in the League Cup to Middlesbrough in 2004 and Liverpool in 1995. The score was the same in both finals. What was it? A, 2-0. B, by the way, this doesn't say like who to, but we were runners up, so yeah. So basically we lost.
Yeah.
B, 2-1. C, 3-2. Or D, 3-1.
Thinking because the side we had back in them days, like is it Kocha, Campo?
Don't forget, it's on 2 games though. One's 1995 and the other was 2004.
True. In like 1995, we had the likes of McGinley and all that. What? And Liverpool did have a decent side.
He's deep in thought again.
I'm going to say 3-1.
3-1. He was 2-1. He's not doing great at this, I'll be honest. This is just exposing him. Like,
yeah.
All right. In 1987 to 88, Bolton won promotion back from the 4th division to the 3rd division on the final day of the season by beating Wrexham 1-0. Which player scored the crucial goal? A,
Oh, for God's sake.
John McGinley. B, Robbie Savage. C, David Lee. Or D, Peter Reid. Well, I'm going to be honest. I don't know if this one's right.
Well, no, it's not Robbie Savage.
This one's definitely not right. This one says that it's Robbie Savage. I'm confused. In 1987 to 88, Bolton won promotion back, 3rd division, on the final day by beating Wrexham. Robbie Savage hasn't played for Bolton, has he?
No. Sure, it's David Lee who scored.
Okay, that one might be wrong. Ignore that one.
Sure,
when I saw that, I was
Lee
like,
scored.
wait, hang on. I was like, what? When were Bolton last relegated from the Premier League? Again, I don't know if this is right. This might be an old quiz.
This were against Palace. I know it were. Again, Either Stoke or
Again,
Stoke.
though, I can give you the dates because I don't think it's the one you're thinking of. It might be, but
I think it's when City won the league, wasn't it? That's what I'm thinking
I don't
of.
have a clue. But A, 1997, B, 1998, C, 1999, or D, 2001. Now, like I said,
Not what I'm thinking
yeah,
of.
it's not like 2011, 2012 when we last got relegated. Or was it 2010, 2011? One of them.
2011.
Yeah, because that's the last time we got relegated from the Prem. But I don't know. This is an old quiz, I'm guessing.
That's what I was thinking of when you said last relegated. I'm like,
which is why I said
2011 to 2012.
That confused me with the dates, I'll be honest. I was like, there's no way it was that long ago. It can't be because I wasn't alive.
I'm just going to take a guess and say 1999.
He's one off again. 1998.
Oh my God.
I mean, the answers I got, I think I got more than you, and I just clicked random ones. I got 6 out of 10. So, but one of them's wrong because one of them says Robbie Savage. But anyway,
yeah.
I don't know. Let me Google that. That's going to annoy me. Robbie.
I swear. Sure it wasn't.
Savage.
Sure it was David Lee. David Lee or Peter Reid?
He's never played for us, I'm pretty sure.
Imagine he says he has now.
Apparently he has. Didn't know that.
No,
right. Well, never mind. That is right. So, yeah, it's in the Bolton News and everything. Oh, it was when he was like really like young. It was when we were still at Burndon Park, so it was time ago.
Well,
I did not know that. Anyway. You learn something new every day. Robbie Savage, Jesus. But yeah, that kind of wraps up this episode of the podcast. I don't know. I'm baffed. I'll be honest. Robbie Savage.
Yeah.
I mean, that just adds to the players that we've signed. I mean, Robbie Savage, pretty decent player, to be fair. But yeah, that is going to be it for this episode. I do hope you have enjoyed. Remember, if you are on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Let us know your score predictions in the comments below. And if you are on Spotify, Apple Music, or Google Podcasts, then do leave us a 5-star review. And if not, let us know why. Yeah, that wraps it up. We will be back next Friday. I forgot what day then. Yeah, we'll be back next Friday as usual. Hopefully with another win under our belt from Saturday. We never know.
Tuesday.
Oh yeah, we play Tuesday. Again, I didn't know that. But yeah, and then obviously, we could be in a completely different position by then. You never know. We could be in playoff places by then if things go well. Yeah. So again, thank you all for listening and watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, goodbye.